Live at 4, this is 13 News Now.
Well, we had April showers on this Tuesday in December, but a change is coming.
Yeah, definite change. All right, let's go to Jeff and find out about what, more rain and a cool down?
Yeah, but it's not from the batch of rain that hit us earlier. That is done with for the evening. Little bit of rain, maybe parts of the sort of central Outer Banks. That is all moving to the east. It's the one west of us that we have to worry about hitting us a little bit later tonight. Right now, we are almost as warm as we've been all day. We made a run at 70. Right now, we are at 67. Winds out of the south-southwest at 11, but they're actually gusting even a little bit higher than that. So let's talk about what is moving in. We've had 1/100th of an inch today, and that is it. And even that was only in a few spots, as we had talked about yesterday. And you can see that system continuing to move off. Temperature staying very, very mild right on into the evening. Look what's happening there over my shoulder. This is the cold front itself. That moves in, and so overnight we stay very warm. Our high for tomorrow is actually going to be at midnight. It'll probably be around 62 or so degrees, 63 maybe. And then we see some rain starting during the overnight. Temperatures fall back down by sunrise at 7 o'clock. I think they'll be mid-50s. Here at 8 o'clock, lower 50s. And then and you can see that was 18/100ths of an inch of rain according to Futurecast. Temperatures then won't change a whole lot behind that, but they will go down even more, but slightly, on into the afternoon. That sets the stage for a wintry forecast for parts of the region. I'll talk more about that coming up.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Our breaking news right now, a 12-year-old girl is in critical condition after what police are calling an accidental shooting.
Yeah, this happened in the city's Wythe neighborhood on Lagarde Drive, not far from Powhatan Parkway and Victoria Boulevard.
13 News Now reporter Robert Boyd is live on the scene. Robert, what happened?
Well, they're still very early on in this investigation, but here's what Hampton police are telling us so far. An 18-year-old man and a 12-year-old girl were inside that greenhouse right there behind me where you can see police investigating. It was around 1:30 this afternoon when police say the 18-year-old was handling the gun. They're not sure exactly what he was doing with the gun, but he was handling it when at some point the gun went off, hitting the 12-year-old girl. She was taken to the hospital where she is in critical condition. Now, as for the 18-year-old, he is being questioned by police, but right now he has not been arrested and he is not facing any charges. But of course, this investigation, once again, is very early on. Police say they don't believe that the 18-year-old intentionally tried to shoot the girl. However, they don't like to use the term accidental when it comes to guns.
Well, unfortunately, anytime there's a shooting, I don't really want to label it accidental. I mean, you have to actually pull the trigger. I don't know what the intent was. That's why we have investigators that are speaking with the individual that they are speaking to now.
A lot of answers still yet to be, or a lot of questions still yet to be answered out here as well. A couple things the police are trying to figure out, the relationship between that 18-year-old and that 12-year-old. Also, did they live there in the home together? And maybe most importantly, who owned the gun? Who was responsible for keeping that gun safe? And again, all those things will eventually come out in the investigation. And as we learn more, we will bring you new information coming up at 5 o'clock. Live in Hampton, Robert Boyd, 13 News Now.
Breaking news out of Germany. Several people are injured in a passenger train and a freight train collision near Dusseldorf. That city isn't far from the country's border with the Netherlands. And the fire department posted photos of the passenger train partially derailed but still upright. Emergency responders are unloading people from the train, and we're going to keep following this story and update you as we learn more.
Developing tonight, a desperate plea from a family searching for a missing mother and daughter believed to be abducted out of Hampton. Kiara and Chloe Johnson seem to have vanished in April. Since then, Newport News police say they have logged about 5,000 hours investigating. This morning, Kiara's twin sister spoke out for the first time. She says she doesn't want to hear from whoever took her sister and niece. She just wants to hear from that person's family. She says she thinks they know something and need to come forward. Life without her sister and niece hasn't been the same.
She's my everything. Just imagine living in a world and you see trees and there's no more trees. There's no more grass because all I know is her. So it's hard.
Coming up on 13 News Now at 5, hear from acting Newport News Police Chief about the investigation.
Virginia Beach City Council will vote in just a couple of hours, expected to rezone the old Owls Creek golf course in SeaTac. It'll become a manufacturing plant that will create 1,000 jobs. Global Technical Systems has signed on to build the plot. 13 News Now reporter Elise Brown shows us the plans.
There's a new manufacturing plant coming to town, a nearly $55 million investment by Virginia Beach-based Global Technical Systems.
They're going to create 1,110 new jobs in what I call 21st century technology. They're in the cyber work. They're in the electromechanical battery space.
The city and state giving the company $3.6 million to help with the project. The company works with international and U.S. companies in defense and homeland security. Terry and Yusun Spitzer own it.
We've cut our teeth on command and control, combat systems, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance systems.
Now they plan on creating green energy storage systems at their new Virginia Beach facility. That'll be built on the former Owls Creek golf course.
What we have is a mechanical battery. There's no hazardous materials.
The technology can be used to help developing countries, but here at home, not everybody is excited to welcome the company to the SeaTac community. Neighbors say they'd rather have something more aesthetically pleasing.
I would encourage every community in Virginia, you want manufacturing, you want this advanced manufacturing because it will bring other businesses.
Global Technical Systems owners say they plan on being good neighbors.
Give us time. We are committed to Virginia Beach, to the local immediate SeaTac community.
In Virginia Beach, Elise Brown, 13 News Now.
Not everyone is on board with this new plan. Coming up tonight at 5, 13 News Now reporter Jimmy Lee speaks to people who live nearby, and she'll hear their concerns.
Right now, hundreds of men and women are back home tonight after a 6-month deployment. The Airborne Early Warning Squadron 121 landed in Norfolk less than an hour ago. 13 News Now reporter Mike Gooding was there. He joins us live at Naval Station Norfolk. Mike.
Well, Regina, it wasn't exactly a picture-perfect fly-in, far from it. Because of the thick cloud cover, they were not able to fly in a formation. They had to kind of come in one by one, but in the end, nobody really cared. It was the perfect gift. VAW 121 was home after 6 long months away and home just in time for the holidays. Now, the Blue Tails were deployed aboard the USS Nimitz, the Bremerton, Washington-based USS Nimitz, in the Pacific and in the Arabian Gulf. They flew practically nonstop, 276 sorties, 132 of them combat missions in the new E-2D Hawkeye. All in all, this was a very successful trip. They are proud of what they achieved, but looking back on it, they say it wasn't easy.
Every day making a difference out there, and we hit the Gulf during the hottest time of the year. It was a lot of rough stuff. My guys and girls on the flight deck did a fantastic job every day in like 140-degree heat. We had planes ready to go, and every day came back to the boat nice and safe, so it was awesome.
And this was just the return of the air crews from the 5 airplanes. There are still a whole lot more people associated with this squadron. The maintainers and the squadron staff personnel, they're flying in on separate aircraft, and they're due to return actually within the next hour or so. We'll have much more coming up on 13 News Now at 5 and 6, but for now, reporting live at Naval Station Norfolk, Mike Gooding, 13 News Now.
Relief is in sight for a major headache for drivers in Virginia Beach. VDOT has given the city money to start removing feeder lanes on Laskin Road. And here's where we're talking about. Near First Colonial Road in the city's busy Hilltop neighborhood, crews will break ground on phase 1 of the project next fall. They'll expand Laskin Road to 6 lanes, 8 in some places, and they'll replace the Laskin Road Bridge. City is hosting a meeting next Thursday to give more information about the project.
A scary scene at a Virginia Beach bank today when an SUV came plowing through the wall. Take a look. That is not the drive-through. We're told the driver of the vehicle and one person inside the bank were taken to the hospital. 3 others were hurt but did not want to be treated. This happened at the Bank of America on Fordham Drive around noon today. Everyone is expected to be okay. Fire crews say they don't think the building is in danger of collapsing.